Hi, here's my video. I'm gonna do it with my eyes closed. I think I'm like under a lot of stress. I don't like it, and my back fucking hurts. I don't like it when I'm having technical difficulties. Like yesterday, man. I think yesterday morning at like 6, I was like, yeah, I'm doing these. I'm doing a Sama Veda, Kajur Veda, and then like yesterday, all day yesterday, I'm trying to work on this Kajur Veda, and the computer is just like crazy slow. And Kajur Veda has 7 books, and the second book, it was corrupted. Every once in a while, I get my webpage get corrupted by Google Earth. I mean Google ad code. So I'm never gonna put. At that point, I decided I'm never ever ever gonna put any kind of Google ad code on my website ever, because it's wasted like 50 hours of my work time so far, probably. From I don't know how it does it, but making it so that you can see it on the website. I mean, on Dreamweaver, but you can't see it on the website, or you can see it on. You can't see it on Dreamweaver, but you can see it on the website. Like, and if you try to paste it onto the web, the page, it'll delete the whole page. So I had to get a copy of of book 3, and then and then just gut it, and then build 2 on top of 3, because 2 had some kind of corruption, and and it's taking forever the whole time I'm doing this, like just taking way too long. And then when I finally built it, it does fit. Like if you look at Kajur Veda, but all of the different even though the columns are set to 20%, all the different columns are different sizes. Like one of the columns, the second column, is way too wide, like crazy wide, and there's all this space between the words. And I've seen that. I see that every once in a while, and it's not in the code. It's just like that. And so you have to like rebuild it. So one of these days, when I go and next week, whatever, when I go and I add the time to all of the pages, I'm going to rebuild that, like build a new thing and put them in, and maybe it'll fix it. So just all kinds of weirdness, and it was just driving me crazy and taking forever to spin around. And then this morning, because I don't sleep, it was just spinning around, trying to open, because I pasted the sidebar because I wanted to put it inside to see what I would have to do to make it fit. It turned out that wasn't necessary. All I had to do was it already fit. It just didn't look like it did. Like, because I was looking at it on my cell phone. I don't know. At that point, I just started getting confused. Like if the computer's slow enough and spinning around, I start forgetting what the hell's even going on. So then these electrical people came to 9, and they're working until like 4. The guy just left without telling me, so I was in my room. But they turned off my electricity, so my battery died pretty quickly after that. And my computer was working fine this morning. I finally got done with Kajur Veda. I'm working on a Tharva Veda. And all I have to do with the Tharva Veda is just copy from because I have the time of it already, copy from the menu all the way down in the body for all of it. And it's working fine. I'm like, oh, wow, this is going fine. This fast. I can get this done. But then I ran out of energy, so I turned the computer off because I was at like 25%. Then I went to my clubhouse, and the club internet code there didn't work. There's no internet. And then I couldn't open Dreamweaver at all. And then it says, too much memory. And I'm like, what the heck? So I called Apple, and I have like an old Apple. They have me connected to like the beginners or whatever. And the first guy's like, Indian guy, he's like, just delete as many programs as you can off of your applications. And so I did. I deleted just all these programs, like all my studio programs, because I won't be using that thing forever anyway. Restarted it. That didn't help. So I called Apple back just to talk to somebody else. And she's like, the lady's like, well, open up another program. So I opened up Dreamweaver, and that opened up fine. So I was like, oh shit, I should just call Dreamweaver, Adobe. So I called Adobe, and I'm like, Dreamweaver's not opening. Like, it just spins. And I already installed the program. And the guy's like, oh, you need to put an older version on it. And I deleted all the older versions. So we went on the website or on the app, and I download the new version, but then choose the other versions and say this one, and like the very oldest of like the new ones. And I was thinking of doing that anyway. That's what I do sometimes when it doesn't work. I just use an older version, and then that opened up fine, and it's working great. I haven't checked if it'll upload, but it's working great. So the guy said it was like corrupted, like Dreamweaver's corrupted, but the next update they do will fix it, the bug. So it was like a Dreamweaver bug, like gobbled up my whole day, and then it wouldn't even start all day. So yeah, it took me forever to finally get started because like I took a nap and right. So yeah. So anyways, finally. So the title of this video, yesterday's video was Kajur Veda. I finished Kajur Veda. Today's video will be Tharva Veda. I will finish Tharva Veda before too long, because now the damn Dreamweaver is actually working. It drives me crazy when it just goes bajish, bajish. And then I'll do the other Vedas. I think they won't be so long. And then I'm going to go into the Big Kahuna. Sophocles, the Greek poet, playwright. He had like 7 books, but each book has like 2,500 divided by 7 chapters in it, because there's 2,550 some odd chapters. And I remember when I was doing this book before, my memory is pretty good. This was like 5 years ago. I remember when I was working on this exact book, this book was one of the ones that was like, I was like, whew, that computer barely did it. Because some of these pages, they're like the absolute limit of what my computer can do, you know, like if you're looking at like Pliny or one of the bigger books, and you see there's that like that big grid around the out with all the different books on the end. Well, like picture one of those books. The act of pasting that inside took like 3 hours. It was just like going gong. That's how slow it is. So anyway, so I'm relieved that the Dreamweaver is finally working, and then I can use, oh, and I can back stuff up too. I finally got my cables and stuff found. The electric guy has come tomorrow, and they're gonna replace all of the electrical outlets. I have to like move stuff out from the walls in my bedroom, which isn't gonna be fun. Oh God. But they'll be here at 9, so I got to like be up tomorrow morning. I didn't really sleep that much today. It's kind of like catnapping, and I didn't sleep at all last night. So I'm gonna go into the store right now and get an energy drink, because I need to exercise. I need the exercise. My back is like, my neck is actually like legit sore. Like if I do like this, I can only do it that far, and then it gets like totally sore. I think it had something to do with the stress. So because I was sitting in really bizarre positions. I was like sitting up forever for like hours, and then just staring at the computer. It's crazy. Like I'm like a perfect specimen, perfect genetic specimen. Not genetic, but like I'm a perfectly dialed in specimen, like a genetic specimen, like a picture, like one of those little deep sea animals on the bottom of the seafloor. They're like specific to that environment. I am specific to the environment of just sitting in bed all day long, cutting and pasting. But if the computer starts spinning around, I'm like, oh shit. I can't. It's not like I'm gonna like clean my room or do push-ups or like stretch or do something. No, I'll just sit here and look at the goddamn screen and be like, you motherfucker. So that's kind of, I think I was sitting up, and moving. Yeah, I'm sitting too much. So, anyways, well, I'm gonna go do the store, get some candy. I got my taffy candy. I have to pay my taxes too. I have to go to the dentist, pay my taxes, and then there's some other important thing that I have to do. But I'm trying to get some goddamn fucking headway on this because I've been having so many snafus. So I'm just gonna bust nuts all night tonight, and hopefully the computer, yeah, I'll be able to make progress and be happy when those guys get here. I'll probably be up all night. They get here at 9. I'll be like barely awake when I move the stuff off, and like maybe I'll pass out and when they're in my bedroom, replacing all my outlets, and I'll be like sleeping on the couch or something. I don't know. Yeah. So I'm kind of like not. My brain is scrambled right now. I'm not in the mood to really to listen to books, and I kind of realized yeah, I got really. I'm not really in the mood to listen to books until I fix these motherfuckers up on my website. Because, like, most of them, a lot of them, like, most of them, I don't know, a whole lot of them, you look at the menu and it has the data, the pages and the time for the chapters, and you go to the chapter and there's nothing, and I think, yeah, so I'm going to fix all those 100%. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the store before it gets too dark and cold or whatever, get an energy drink, just sit up, smoke as much weed as I can. I got a bunch of weed, but it's kind of like harsh on the lungs. It makes my lungs tickle and itch. Give me asthma, but I think I'm gonna go to the store, drink an energy drink as fast as I can because I sip them too much. Smoke as much weed as I can, and then I'm just gonna get going on this Dreamweaver again, and the computer again. And I'm glad that wasn't really my fault. It was like the guy was like, "Oh yeah, we're having Dreamweaver glitches right now." So, and that is what I do a lot of times. Whenever there's problems, you just use the older version of the program. Anyways, enough babbling. Talk to you tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow when I do my video on the 30th or whatever, I'll be like happy about how I made progress because I just gobbled up a whole fucking like 2 days on Veda. Like Jesus Christ. Alrighty, so talk to you tomorrow.